Just how we just all competed. Even when we were just going through the drills, we just all competed.
A lot of people talk about Larry Johnson being one of the GOATs out there. I mean, do you feel that? Was that a draw coming out?
Yes, sir. It definitely was.
What did he say that maybe you'll take away remembering most?
Just to always play with intensity, do everything with intensity. That's one of the big things. That's
Larry's one thing, but Ohio State, obviously the brand there is huge too. What's your interest in Ohio State?
They've just always been a powerhouse. I've grown up watching Ohio State, and they've just always been a powerhouse since I was little.
Aside from being a powerhouse, they recruited guys like Evan Pryor. I mean, Benji Goss now in the 2022 class. Do you sort of notice the Carolina guys maybe coming up to Columbus and just enjoying their time there?
Yes, sir.
Did they kind of meet your expectations to come here and see what Ohio State had to offer?
Yes, sir. I'm about to see the facilities now, so hopefully that.
What has stood out to Ohio State for you, like throughout the process so far?
Just how, even though they can't contact me, they every time we talk on the phone, it's just not always about football. Sometimes it's about life in general. So just a big thing. It's just things outside of football.
He had mentioned some of the Carolina guys that are up here. Have you been in contact with any of that?
No, sir. I just seen him on Twitter.
Just after the camp was over, your Coach Johnson and your Coach Day have gone up and talked to your dad. Just not only recruiting you, but recruiting your family so that they feel comfortable sending you up here. Is that something that's been constant throughout the whole process, is just that family feel?
Yes, sir. It definitely has.
When it comes to the other stuff, whether it is the family feel or whatnot, how do you sort of pick up on that and feel it from being over virtual before you got up here?
Just the fact that, like when I talked to Coach Johnson on the phone, he would ask me like what I was doing, like what my brother was doing. Even like he didn't even have to ask that. He could just talking about football, talking about like the things just about football, and not even asking me about my family. So that's one of the big things for me.
What kind of other visits do you have set up this summer?
I have UNC Chapel Hill Saturday, University of South Carolina the 18th and 19th, and Alabama 25th and 26th, and then Coastal Carolina in late June.
So a lot of those schools are around, obviously where you live. Do you feel a pull to stay anywhere close to home, or I mean, would it be a big deal to come up to Ohio?
It would be a big deal.
What do you like plan to study when you get to school?
Sports medicine, but it's I want to be athletic trainer.
Okay. How do you see the NIL, helping you in your career?
I feel it'll help me because I'll be an athlete, so I think I'll get the idea of what players are going through. So I just feel like that'll help me in that situation.
You look at Ohio State, obviously, you look at the linemen that they put in the draft. I mean, Chase Youngs, the Bosa's. I mean, throughout all that, I mean, we talked a minute ago about Larry, but do you see that development as being a key selling point that could be a differentiation between one school from another, maybe?
I definitely do see that, but ultimately, it's just gonna be what's the best fit for me.
Two last questions on my end, both sort of about the visit list and where you're from. First being that you're a Carolina guy, obviously North Carolina, not South Carolina, but has there been any interest, contact, or are you planning to visit camp at Clemson at all?
I do plan on. I don't know yet, but I don't know when it'll be, but I do plan on it.
And then finally, you mentioned your visit list you ran down, and you've already been to some, but a lot of them was either neighboring states around you, with Ohio State really being the only northern outlier. Why was it that you felt the need to come up and camp at Ohio State?
Just because they are far, so I just wanted to get a feel for like the states are not as close to me, so it's just and honestly, it's just to see how the weather is down here as well.
It's terrible.
Yeah, I did. Well, that's basically it.
All right, thanks, Keith.
You certainly have an offer from Ohio State, right? Yes. What did that mean to get?
That was really amazing. Like when I found out I got an offer from them, it was crazy because it's Ohio State, and not only that, they gave me a full scholarship. So it was just really amazing to see that my hard work and that they saw I work hard in the classroom, they were able to give me an offer. So it was really a blessing.
Are there any other schools that you're kind of aiming for, hoping to hear from?
Not really. It's just whoever offered me, just offered me, I guess.
What's the process look like you from here? Like, do you plan on narrowing things down at some point soon?
I plan on narrowing things down probably end of my junior year. but I plan to make my decision like beginning of my senior year.
Thank you. Keith, I got one last question for you. So I said it earlier, but you had the chance to play some football in this past spring in North Carolina.
Sir.
How do you think that maybe affected, whether it was with Ohio State, them watching you live, like just how do you think that affected your evaluation, and how do you feel your spring season went?
I feel like it helped me because the fact that most of the schools were already done playing, but we still hadn't had a chance to play. So I feel like that longer off season gave me even more of a chance to develop in some areas, to get me stronger, get me faster, and get my body right. So that's just one of the big things for me.
Thanks, Keith.